Okay, so Zero. Interesting little historical sidebar about Zero. The first draft was written in my first year of college. I was 18 years old. Uh, I'm now in my 20th year of college, so, you can do the math. But that was one of the first full-length novels that I wrote. And the category of young adult didn't even exist at that point. You kind of had Judy Blume and then, like, Stephen King, I guess, because they're in the same genre. But you didn't have that middle ground of young adult. It didn't really exist as a category yet. So I didn't know I was writing young adult. I was writing what I knew. I was writing about things that were happening to me and to my friends, and so that's how the story kind of came about. But I was in a creative writing class, and we had 3 opportunities to share our work. You could do short stories, poetry, whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm going to bring excerpts from this novel that I've written. So I bring in the first 10 pages, and people really like it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm so excited. My creative writing teacher also, man, this is great. He gave me one of the best compliments about my writing that I've ever gotten before or since. And he just said, I couldn't get Zero out of my head all weekend. And I was like, wow, that is super ultra deluxe cool. That was to this day one of the best compliments I've ever been given about my writing. So, but everyone tends to like the book on the first 10 pages. I'm like, great. So I bring some like, I don't know, 10 or 15 pages from the middle of the book for my second one. And again, oh, this is great. No, really like the characters and the story. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. I'm like, all right, sweet. So by the time the end of class rolls around and I bring in the last 10 pages, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to be the hero of the piece. At the end of class, people are going to lift me up on their shoulders and carry me out and sing my praises to the heavens and everything will be great. Instead, what happened was everyone just dogpiled me. They're like, what have you done? This is terrible. You can't do this. You can't end the story like this. And they just went crazy. And I was like, sorry, my bad. But I would not change it. And here's the thing. See how I slipped that right in there? Here's the thing. The ending of Zero has been the same from day one. I have never changed the ending. Now, because the book has been rewritten and revised and mangled, folded, spindled, mutilated, whatever, over the course of many, many years, in fact, the story itself is, by this point, older than the protagonist. So, there you go. But in the process of doing all that, the steps that Zero and Mike take to get to where they get, those change or are a little different. They've changed shape, they've changed form, but essentially they're still the same. The story has remained more or less intact, and so the ending has always been the ending. And it's kind of interesting because, I always get, when the reviews come out, whether it's on Goodreads or from one of the magazines or whatever, or even just, talking with friends or in a writing class or writing group, it's not the writing that makes people angry. It's not like, wow, this guy uses passive voice all the time, or man, his dialogue is terrible. Oh, those are not the notes that I get. The notes I get are always about character and about the decisions characters make and about the way characters talk to each other and interact. Those things, man, can really make people upset. Sorry, but I'm not going to change it because the thing about Zero is really, I don't know if it belongs in the young adult category. I think it's more of that new adult kind of thing, which is a very, very new phenomenon in fiction. And whether it's going to stick around or not, we don't know. But it's really about that time of life where we are forced into making very important life-changing decisions, and often without a net. We're not in high school anymore. A lot of us aren't living at home anymore. A lot of us are getting our first jobs or going to college or both or all of these all at once. And then meeting new people, and we probably just broke up with high school boyfriend and girlfriend. We did what's called the turkey drop, right? I love that phrase, turkey drop. So every Thanksgiving, first year of college, that's when all the boyfriends and girlfriends start not dating anymore. It's an interesting phenomenon. Anyway, but we all go through that phase in this country, and that's what the story is about. It's about facing those decisions and making them and owning them, really. And I think Zero does that. I think she owns the decisions that she makes, and I think she would have regretted the other one had she chosen it. So that's my opinion. You are free to disagree if you'd like. So that's just a little insight into Zero. I hope you've read the book and enjoyed the book, and if you have, or even if you haven't, please leave a review on Amazon, because that is super helpful for me and other writers. Really appreciate that. If you have any questions about Zero or any of my other books, feel free to send me an email or get in touch with me on Facebook or Twitter, and I hope you continue to enjoy the books. Cool, thanks. Say words and share your art.